Did you ever get sucked into that negativity when you were growing up?
We got robbed at gunpoint. I just remember that as a little kid. Like, the dude put the gun in my face. I didn't see my dad a lot because he was working all the time. He was trying to build a business. He was an entrepreneur. By the time I graduated from college, he had lost all the money.
Brandon Carter.
King Keto.
The man who turned struggle into strength.
Born and raised in the south side of Chicago.
I had high cholesterol. I just didn't have the same energy I had when I was younger. The ketogenic diet can actually lower cholesterol or normalize it. So I stayed on it. I immediately felt fantastic. Just way more energy. I slept better. My mood improved.
Is this something you have to, once you start, you have to continue doing it?
You got to take it forever, you know?
Yeah. Now, before we jump into today's episode, I just want to mention that this podcast is brought to you by me and everything that I have built to help you guys level up. If you want to transform your physique, build muscle, lose body fat, build strength, then you have the Thirst app. This has everything inside that you could possibly need to get yourself in shape, to hold yourself accountable as well. I also have the digital playbook, which is a step-by-step guide to help you guys build a following, monetize the following, and also build a strong personal brand. This is everything which I have done over the past nearly 10 years to allow myself to live a life of financial freedom and also geographical freedom. I can basically do whatever I want. Life is good. And I also have my newsletter, which has been revamped, where I'll share exclusive podcast insights, my raw thoughts on business, fitness, and much, much more. So if you're interested about any of those, check out the description. You'll find the links to all of them. Now let's get cracking with the episode. What's up, guys? Welcome back to First Things First. We have Brandon Carter in the building. What are you saying?
What's going on, man? I'm excited to be here, man. Yeah. Welcome to America.
Miami. Yeah,
welcome to Miami, man.
After traveling around for the past 3 weeks, Miami's definitely my favorite.
Is your favorite city?
Yeah.
In America or on Earth?
Dubai is still number one for me.
Dubai, huh?
Yeah. But in America, Miami definitely.
Yeah, no, Miami's amazing. I lived in New York for like 15 years. I lived in Upper West Side of Manhattan. And I moved here like 3 years ago, like around during the pandemic time. And
is that why you moved? Because of the pandemic?
No, I moved to save on taxes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no state income tax here.
Yeah.
So it's like I gave myself a huge raise just from moving to paradise.
Fuck.
So it was exciting.
You're originally from Chicago?
I'm from Chicago, man. Yeah, I'm from Chicago, the south side of Chicago. And I went.
It's a rough area there.
Yeah. Yeah, nah. In fact, it was like, man, it was really, really bad, like growing up. And it was probably worse in the 90s than it is now. Like, because I'm older than you, I'm 42. And in the 80s and 90s, Chicago, we were like the murder capital of the United States.
Wow.
You know, we had more murders than, like twice as many murders as New York, but we're like half the size.
Damn.
Yeah, it's intense.
Did you ever get sucked into that negativity when you were growing up?
Yeah. Oh, when I was growing up, it was super difficult, bro. Like, I remember, you know, I lived with both my parents. They were together. And I didn't see my dad a lot because he was working all the time. He was trying to build a business. He was an entrepreneur, but we were struggling. We didn't have a car or anything. And one of my very first memories is my mom waking me up. She used to wake me up at like 5, and we would walk to preschool in the Chicago snow. And then she would take the bus to work. And one morning, she was taking me to preschool. We got robbed at gunpoint.
Shit.
You know, and I just remember that as a little kid. Like, the dude put the gun in my face because my mom froze when we put the gun in her face. Wow. And then he put the gun in my face, and then that's like one of my very first memories as a child. And it's just normal shit in Chicago. They're robbing toddlers at the break of dawn and shit. And I was able to get out because my parents, they sent me away to military school when I was in high school. I got into a lot of trouble. I was, like you said, getting sucked into it. Just, you become like the people you're around.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you got that accent, right? You weren't born with it. You assimilated it from the people around you. You learned it involuntarily. And probably a lot of your behaviors. And that's all of us. And, you know, there's really no choice but to kind of get involved in that. And they sent me away to military school. And that's when I started working out, actually.
What's military school like?
It's like
you just
prison.
Get shouted at all the time.
Yeah, basically. The guys who ran the shit, they were like, some of them were Navy SEALs or Army rank, Special Forces military. And they ran the shit. And it was super strict, man. Like, 100%.
Do you know what? I feel like every guy needs to go through that.
Yeah.
But like at least maybe like 1 year of their life. Maybe in their teenage years or early 20s. Like that has to be like a necessity for a guy.
Yeah.
Just to fucking sort them out, build some discipline, get them used to like being shouted at, being uncomfortable. I feel like that will set them, there's a higher chance of them being set on the right path if they go and experience something like that.
I think it's a better chance, man, because I've seen, a lot of people, kids are soft and they grow up, those people grow up to be men and they have like a victim mentality,
Yeah.
But I think that definitely shaped a lot of who I am, going in there.
Oh, so how long were you there for?
All of high school.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you want to know something crazy? So check this out. I remember I told you my dad was struggling to build his business.
Mhm.
And while I was at military school, maybe around my sophomore year, his business started to work. By the time I graduated, he was making $3 million a year in 2000. And so adjusted for inflation, that's about $8 million a year. Like it was like years, like decades of nothing. And then all of a sudden, boom, hockey stick. And then I went away to college. So I didn't experience any of the wealth because I was at military school. And then I went to college in DC. And by the time I graduated from college, he had lost all the money and then he killed himself. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like we had to start
how old were you when that happened?
I was 24. So it was a little bit after I graduated. But he was like, he had lost all the money by the time I graduated and he was trying to get back. And I guess he seeped into like a depression. And you got money now. You're doing well for yourself. You know what it's like. Imagine if the contrast is like probably worse than not having it at all.
Yeah.
Well,
that's why they always say you have to control your spending, like live within your means.
That was one of the lessons I learned from that. It was two lessons. One, if you work hard enough for long enough, you can be successful. I saw him work 7 days a week for decades. Most people would have quit year one, fucking month one, right? But he went for 2 decades and then it finally worked. So that was lesson number one. Persistence is undefeated. But also, there's no amount of money you can't fuck up. That was the second lesson I learned.
Yeah.
Like you got to keep doing what got you there, and you can't indulge too much in the fruits of your labor. And it was this eye-opening experience. And we had to start from nothing, the whole family. But now I'm the man of the family.
Yeah, I was gonna say, difficult. I guess everyone would. You an only child, or you like the oldest?
Nah, I got a brother. I got an older brother, but we got different moms, and by that time he had already had kids. Like he's way older than me. He had already had kids in a family. So, and I have 2 sisters, but they girls, and so like it was really on me to take care of my mom because my brother, we got different moms, so he's worried about his mom, his family, right? So I had to worry about my mom and her mom and my sister because he's not my brother and my sister. They're not related by blood. It was both my parents were married before they met each other, and they had those guys. So it was really on me. So it was difficult.
I imagine. Well, how the fuck did you and family take it? Was it not
it was. I mean, it was devastating because my dad was like my best friend. Right. When I went home from high school, military school, I kicked it with him instead of people my age because the people my age, they was like in gangs at that point, shooting each other and shit. Like no exaggeration, right? And so I would kick it with him more, and we were super close. And it really fucks with you when someone who was basically like your role model. He was my hero because I saw him become like rich. He was the first person I met who was rich. And then a lot of my philosophies and a lot of my self-concept was based upon the lessons he taught me. And then when that person kills himself, it kind of fucks with how you think, And so it was very difficult, but to make things worse, it was in 2008. You might be too young to remember this.
No, I'm 34. The financial crisis.
Yeah, and it was global financial crisis, and it was record unemployment. It was the worst worst recession since the Great Depression, right? And I couldn't even get a job because everybody was just laying. We had record unemployment. People were getting laid off. I couldn't even get a job. So I was a trainer. Trainers don't make that much money.
Well, this was before social media, before the online coaching thing.
Man, social media was in its infancy. And so I just went and got a bunch of jobs to try to just take care of me and my family. I started training people in the morning. And then I would work security at the Prada store for like 8 hours. a security guard. I got fired eventually because I didn't guard nothing or keep anyone secure. But they had me there as more a deterrent. So yeah, I was waking up.
You were standing like outside the shop or like inside the shop?
I was inside the shop, right? Opening doors for people, pretending to stop people from stealing. But 8 hours of that, right?
Yeah, that's long.
It's daunting. And I had been up since 4 because I would wake up at 4, then train people in the gym, shower there, then go to the product store at work. Then I worked for my boy's moving company after that.
Damn,
and that was 5 days a week. Yeah, because it was do or die.
Yeah.
You know. And then
I didn't have to worry about that because I think I was 18 at the time.
You was a kid.
So I just finished school. I think I went off and did a season working in Marbella in Spain, just enjoying life, and then just fucking around as a club promoter, and then ended up working at Hollister. Yeah. So I was there as a manager for like a year and a half before I started personal training.
Before I worked at before I worked at Prada, I worked at the Abercrombie. And they asked me to work at Prada because in New York, there's right next to the Prada store on 5th Avenue, there's an Abercrombie. Mm-hmm. And I was standing in front of there, and then people from Prada said, "Hey, we're looking for some new security guards."
You did topless stuff, or you secured?
Nah, they wouldn't let me do topless because because of my tattoos. But I was still standing in front.
Yeah,
I was standing in front of Abercrombie for like $10 an hour, and then the Prada was like, "Yo, you want to work here?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's way better." And they gave me a suit and
$11 an hour.
Yeah, $11 an hour, and then and also. Oh, but that was just 5 days a week. And on the weekends, I still train people in the morning. And then I worked as a weekend manager at a restaurant in Queens, a barbecue restaurant. And this was like 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2 years, bro. And then I was like, man, maybe I wonder. I read a lot of books, and I read this book called The 4-Hour Work Week.
Tim Ferriss.
Yeah, Tim Ferriss. And I was like, man, what if I train people online? Right. In like 2009, 2010, that was a very novel idea. So all of us who started online training back then, we were like inventing it. We had to like pioneer it. It was very difficult, but I was able to figure it out. Figure some things out. Then I got a mentor dude named, Elliot Holst.
Oh, yeah.
Elliot was like my first like mentor. Mm-hmm. You know, he's like a big brother, and he taught me a lot of things. And then I met a guy who worked, one of the guys who ran his business, dude named Matt Gallant. He was my mentor, and through a lot of trial and error, I was able to quit one job, quit another job. Then I started doing it full time, and we built it to like a 7-figure business.
Sick.
You know, yeah. Now I teach other people how to start their online fitness business.
Yeah. How did you originally get those initial clients when you were doing the online stuff?
Yo, it's funny, man. You started your YouTube in like 2016?
Yeah, 2016 is YouTube. Instagram was like, I can't even pinpoint the exact time I put my first post up, but maybe it was like 2012 or something.
Yeah.
But it was funny when Instagram started because there was like just a few fitness people doing it.
And it was only on iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because there wasn't as many people doing the fitness thing, they really grew quick and they stood out. They were like the OG Instagram people on
that was before you can even DM on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no videos, no stories, no
nothing. It was just pictures with the fucking crazy looking filters, make it look old and shit. It came a long way. But I in Tim Ferriss's book, he was saying, hey, use Google ads. And I didn't have like that kind of disposable income.
Yeah.
So I had, at the same time, I had also read a book called Crush It by Gary Vee. And he was talking about social media. And I was like, maybe I'll merge these strategies. And I was like, all right, YouTube. And this was like, 2009, 2010. And I bought a fucking camera off eBay. It was it's called a flip cam because it was HD and it fit in your pocket because iPhones didn't do HD at the time.
No.
So I bought one of those cameras, and then I had to learn how to edit videos. And I was like, oh, fuck, I need a better computer. But I didn't have enough money to buy like a nice computer, so I had to learn how to build one.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how to edit. I built the computer, and from like parts.
Yeah.
And a stolen version of Windows or some shit. And then I had a stolen version of Sony Vegas. And I was like, all right, here we go. And that's how I started making YouTube videos. Yeah, just what I have. And that's how I was getting the first clients and shit.
What was your thing? What was your philosophy? Because you named yourself King Keto.
Yeah, but back then I did a lot of intermittent fasting, and lot of like HIIT cardio, like high intensity interval training.
Yeah.
Like those are my videos that probably had the most views, like 10 million, 20 million views. I was doing like follow along HIIT workouts, shit like that, like Insanity or some shit.
Yeah.
And we would make a lot of those. And that was my thing, doing that with intermittent fasting. And there was nobody doing that kind of combination at the time. You know? Yeah. That's what I tell trainers. You got to find something to kind of specialize in so you stand out. You know?
Yeah. Well, you always been in good condition. Like,
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Everyone get that? That's from Mike Thurst. But thank you. Yeah, you know, when I look at like my very first videos, I look at them like, how did this motherfucker have the confidence to post fitness videos? I was like 30 pounds lighter. I was like skinny, but it wasn't about like getting this big. It was just about losing fat and being in shape, you know. But yeah, I've been working out since I was 16.
Yeah,
so I'm like 25 years deep in this shit, you know.
It's weird when I started posting. It probably took me about 2 years to start posting because I felt like, hey, like who's going to listen to me? Like I'd managed to get myself in shape and I'd coached a lot of people, but I was comparing myself to like the top of the top experts who were putting YouTube videos out at the time, and I felt like a bit of an imposter. But I was like, do you know what? This is the way that I do things. It's worked for me and worked for some of my clients. Let me just give this a spin and see if people pay attention. Like I never said to people like, this is how you should do it. I was saying this is what I do. Yeah. And this works for me, but you don't have to do it. But maybe give it a try.
Yeah, that's how I am now.
Yeah.
You know, because we're now do keto, but I don't tell it. It's not for everyone, right?
Yeah.
There's always individual variants. Some people die if they eat a peanut, you know? So it's like everybody's different. But it might have been more, I can see when you started how that imposter syndrome might have been, because you got to compare the fitness space had blew up even more than when I started. Right. So you had to compare yourself with like all these top guys and me. So I can understand how that could be. No, I'm just joking. When you came out, I was like, man, maybe I thought about quitting when like you, I was like, nah, fuck this shit. This shit is getting out of hand. And he British, nah, British people just sound smarter to us. I sound like a slave. I was thinking, you know what? I thought about quitting like around that time. No bullshit. It was like you, Connor Murphy, and a bunch of other guys. I was like, man, I can't compete with these young guys. I remember.
You know when I had that feeling was when people started putting out the science heavy stuff. You know, they were whipping out all these scientific studies, and then the motion graphics and the production quality went up. I was like, hey, like. I don't want to go and sit down and read all these papers. That's not how I do things. And then it's like I used to edit my videos, and I'm like, I can't edit the videos like these people are editing them. And like I didn't have the money to be able to pay for some guy to do all these crazy motion graphics. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, what? Like, because that was my thing. I was doing the educational stuff. Yeah. And now I was having to compete with these guys who were really doing some
high level nerd shit.
Jeff Nippard, people like that. I was like, look, he's going to school me on this type of content. So I think that was when I branched out and started doing more lifestyle and vlogs. Because I noticed there's a lot of people in fitness who they get themselves in shape and they live that life, but it's like, that's all they live. It's like this really strict, boring lifestyle where their life is just revolving around the gym and walking around with their Tupperware. And I was like, come on, that's not the way you should be living it. Like, that's going to be off-putting for a lot of people who want to get in shape if they think like, so I got to live that life. I want to get myself in shape. And I'm like, no, you don't have to do that. Like, you can still, go out, go to parties, have fun, travel, eat the things that you want to eat, just as long as you do like the essentials.
Yeah. It was you and How to Beast. Yeah. And you guys were doing like cinematic looking shit and making it look super cool. And that's when I was like, fuck this. Fuck this shit, man. That shit was fucking with me. Yeah. Like, because the science shit didn't fuck with me that much because that wasn't my lane. I didn't think people were coming to me for that. But when you guys started doing that fucking crazy, you had fucking drones and shit. Yeah. I was like, fuck, man. You can't even fly a drone in New York. They're going to think it's a 9/11. And then I have one of my editors, he lives in London, the homie Harry, and He came to you. He's like, all right, we can fly the drone somewhere. We're trying to do like copy off you guys. This motherfucker crashed that shit right into a building. Fucking terrorists. And he broke my fucking. The drones were expensive back then too. So I was like, yeah, this shit ain't gonna work for us, man. We gotta think something else.
What do you think of New York? Like back then when you were living there?
I love New York. Bro.
Yeah.
Like even people say, oh, New York is shitty. New York is. That was never my experience. Even during the pandemic, it wasn't my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was. I love the city, man.
Which area did you live?
I lived on the Upper West Side, 72nd and Broadway. Yeah. So I was like right across from like Central Park, like really close to Central Park. And man, it's just an amazing city. It's got a different feeling, you know. If
it's got a buzz, it's got an energy.
And it's got an energy. I love it, you know. But the state income tax was just a little bit much. For, you know.
I wasn't really blown away by the gyms. I mean, I know obviously they're competing for space.
Yeah,
and obviously the price per square foot is got to be crazy.
What gym did you go to?
I went to a few Equinoxes. Went to Temple Gym. They got a chain there.
Yeah.
Went to this place called Gym U. Right.
Yeah.
And someone recommended it to me. Like it looked really good.
Yeah.
It was in Chelsea, and I didn't realize like Chelsea's a fucking gay area.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Motherfuckers started rubbing their fists when they came here.
So I walk into this gym.
They was looking at you like this.
Yeah, I walked into the gym. And I was like, what? I was like, why is there no women here? First of all, and secondly, like all the guys were like they were looking at me.
Yeah,
like
they
wanted to eat me.
Yeah, they were.
And I was like, hang on, all these things were like adding up. And I went to the reception and I was like, is this a gay gym?
Motherfuckers started calling each other, man. But probably people come in.
But it was weird though because it was a really good gym.
Yeah,
it was very like it had amazing equipment, but I guess I just wasn't prepared.
Nah, so, you wasn't ready for that. You got to be mentally.
But this was
you walked into the Lions.
Somebody said to me, they were like, "This is how it feels for a hot woman to be in the gym."
Yeah,
you know, when the guys are like looking.
Yeah,
like it could be like uncomfortable for them. I was a little bit uncomfortable, but I didn't help myself. I went in with like the tightest little stringer.
Oh,
like, I was just,
there you go. Yeah.
It was a good gym though.
Yeah, the stringer, man, you know, in that setting, it's probably not, you probably out here, you fucking cock tease out here, man. You out here teasing them, man. Just because I dress like this don't mean.
I was filming. I was like, hey, I just want to I was training back. You guys need to see my back working. Like, yeah. So anyway, that was interesting experience.
Yeah. So what happened when you went back
to that gym?
Yeah. You never went.
I didn't go back.
All right, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, but overall, I love New York.
Yeah,
I love New York. But, you know, it's just I love Miami too, though. Like Miami's really grown on me. A lot of my friends moved here around the same time, and so I probably have more friends here now. Yeah.
It seems like especially now over the past few years, it is a place where a lot of people with money are coming to. People are going to either enjoy themselves or just enjoy a higher quality of life because the weather's good.
The weather's good, and there's a lot of money here. Like I've been seeing some people post TikToks about how everything's Miami's fake. People don't have money. Everyone's pretending. I mean, the GDP of Miami is 184 billion, just Dade County, just like Miami per year, right? That's more than Dubai.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers got money here. Like there's census data says there's 40,000 millionaires in this city. But the population is 400,000, right? It's kind of a small city. And that's 10% of the population, which is above that national average. There's a lot. I mean, there's some people faking, I'm sure, but a lot of motherfuckers here got money, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how you, from your point of view, how do you tell if someone is legit and someone is fake?
I really don't think about that. Yeah. Like, I don't, whether they got money or not, what the fuck that got to do with me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it's more so like those guys who are going to mislead or con the more like the younger population, the naive people. I mean, like you can look at people like, yeah, this guy's bullshit, this guy. But for the younger people who are, because I always don't want, I feel for the younger guys who get drawn into people who are faking that lifestyle and then they've got something to sell them.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's one, I think that's more rare than people think.
Mhm.
You know, it's a good narrative to say, but it's kind of like a fitness coach, right? When people were saying that you were on roids or when I was on roids, it's the same thing. But I'm like, I would always just say, well, first of all, I wasn't. I'm on TRT now. I'm old, right? But I was like, I'm not on roids, right? But even if I was shooting heroin, right? Look at my clients.
Mhm.
Unless you think these fucking thousands of people I've trained are all doing drugs too. Like you judge a coach by his students. You get what I'm saying? And I would say the same thing with the gurus. Like look at the fruits of their labor. Look at their students, right? Do they got a track record of success, right? Don't just look at what they have. Look at what their students have, right?
Mhm.
Like I, for example, I teach people how to grow their online fitness business, right? And you can look at some of my students, like this dude named Corey Armstrong. Over the last few years, he got up to from 0 to 300,000 YouTube subscribers. He's making like $500,000 a year just as an online trainer. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like that name rings a bell.
Yeah, because
did he do a mastermind in Dubai with Joss?
Nah, it's a black dude.
Okay,
I don't think he's ever left the country, man. He's from Detroit, and he just moved out here. And yeah, but he's doing like $500,000 a year. It's just an online trainer, right? Not just training people, right? And I got like tons of stores, like a few thousand of those, right? So that's what I would say. Just look at the track record.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
So what do you feel the people who want to start their online coaching business, what do you think they struggle with the most?
I think they struggle with a lot of stuff we're saying. Like we were talking about like imposter syndrome. They struggle with thinking it's oversaturated.
Yeah.
And I think the way to overcome that is the way you did it, right? Instead of say, oh, I got to compete with Jeff Nippert, I got to compete with all these guys. You said, what can I do to make myself different?
Yeah.
And see how successful, right? Or even me. Excuse me. I decided to specialize. And so I went, when I was around your age, you 34?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was around your age, that's when I went keto. And I did it for health reasons. I was already in good shape. Like you don't have to be in keto to get in good shape. I had high cholesterol. It runs in my family.
Yeah.
Right? I have a lot of family members on statin medications. And they tried to put me on it. But instead, I remember I had read some studies showing that for some people, the ketogenic diet can actually lower cholesterol or normalize it. So I said, I'll try that for a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And then I went back. My cholesterol was like normal without even having to take the drugs.
Yeah.
And I just started to like it. So I stayed on it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to switch my niche, right? And I specialized in that. But like bodybuilding and keto, right? And there weren't a lot of people doing that,
Mm-hmm.
Even now, there's not a lot of people. And you can always find something you specialize in or find another way to present your stuff that's different. You really have to find your own lane instead of trying to compete with everyone. And that's how you stand out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think you did a really good job of that too. Like you're a perfect example. You said, I'm going to make different kind of content instead of trying to compete with Jeff.
Yeah. My thing was always just get the form and the execution dialed and make the gym session count. Because I see loads of people just, when they go to the gym, they're just fucking around. Or they were, I always compared myself, when Neo can finally see like the Matrix and all the code. Yeah. When I finally kind of understood the science behind the lifting and the execution, anytime I was in the gym and I was looking at other people train, I would see like immediately like how they were doing it wrong.
Don't you see it all the time? Yeah.
Like, I would look like wrong. You need to change this shit up. And I couldn't be that guy going around like correcting everyone, but I saw it.
Yeah.
And I think that was because whenever I started filming myself, I was so strict with like if I was going to coach people, I had to have it dialed down. Yeah. Like I had to be doing it properly because I didn't want to get shit from people saying, hey, you're doing it wrong. So I would find the people who, these guys were like 10, 20 years older than me, and they were really masters of their craft, and I would listen to everything that they would say, watch all the videos that they were putting out, and then I would just implement it and watch it back and see that, okay, yeah, am I doing it the way that they're doing it? Does it feel right the way that it should be feeling? And that was my main thing. Just go to the gym, zone out, lock in, 100% focus, execute the exercises, overload, and outside of the gym, just try get your protein, eat enough calories if your goal is to grow, and then just don't fuck around too much. I couldn't really say, "Oh, don't party and don't drink," because I was doing it.
You were doing
but
that,
I was open about it.
Yeah, and you were young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're young, you can get away with a lot of that stuff more. Have you noticed now that you're like mid-30s that it's a little different?
But I can't do anything now. If I have a beer, I just yawn. If I go out and have a party, like where I'm drinking or doing whatever, like the next few days is just like, it's not good. And like with what I'm doing, I have to be mentally alert and on form. And I can't be doing things like that too often because it's just going to impact my performance.
I stopped drinking in my 30s because for that reason. Like I didn't have a problem. I just noticed that it had a negative ramifications on my performance.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is not only in the gym, just in business, in business. And, I got like 30 employees now. So it's, I don't know. I just feel like I'm responsible for their livelihoods.
Yeah.
Like my performance affects their ability to put their ability to put food on their kids' plate. Yeah. Right. And I think about that. That's like a burden on me. So I feel like I'm disrespectful as a leader to not show up my best. Mm-hmm. Right. Now, if you want to, I'm not saying people can't drink or enjoy themselves or whatever, but I just feel like I can't, because I feel this pressure of the people I lead and being able to perform for them and making sure that they are in the best position to feed their families. That makes sense?
When you were going out and about, were you hanging out with guys like your age or were they younger? Because this is something I've noticed now because I've got a lot of friends in Dubai.
Yeah.
And I'm now like the oldest one.
You're the old one, yeah.
Maybe there's like two others who I think who are older than me or like similar age, but the other guys are they're a couple of years younger than me. Some of them are like in their kind of mid-20s. And I'm out and about, and I have to remind myself, I'm like, oh yeah, these fucking still kids.
Yeah. Well, maybe the girls.
Well, they got money though.
Maybe the girls were in their 20s.
Yeah.
The girls we were hanging out with were in their 20s. But a lot of the guys were around my age, I think, or no, young. They were a little younger than me.
Yeah,
and they could still drink more. And then the older guys, or the guys my age, when I was like your age, they weren't working out. Like you probably know guys you went to university with, who look like shit now at your age.
Yeah, they've aged rapidly,
bro. Bro, I saw a picture of my dad when he was my age. It's fucking different. Yeah. It's fucking different.
This episode is brought to you by Whoop. The all-new Whoop is here, the only wearable that turns your health and fitness data into personalized guidance. Now, 7% smaller with 14 days of battery life. I've been wearing Whoop since 2021, and I've been wearing it every single day. It's a device which I have used to improve my training, improve my sleep, and stay away from the things which are definitely not good for me. It has been a game changer. Now, Whoop includes a heart screener with on-demand ECG readings, so you can check in on your heart anytime and share results with your healthcare provider. It also includes a health span, a new feature that demystifies the aging process and shows how your daily habits impact your pace of aging, as well as hormonal insights for personalized guidance throughout your cycle or pregnancy. It's the only wearable that gives you a truly comprehensive view of your body, designed to help you improve your performance, longevity, and overall health. So you can join now at joinwhoop.com/first-things-first to get your first month for free. Let's get back to the episode. What made you want to step onto the TRT? Because everything was going good. You looking shredded before.
I was in great shape. It was energy.
Yeah.
I remember I was watching we had this thing in America called elections, where I know y'all have kings where you're from. I'm fucking with you. I don't know. But there was an election between Trump and fucking Biden. And I would see these motherfuckers would go to like town halls and they were doing a bunch of shit every day, then have a debate. And I was like, these old motherfuckers are moving.
I always think the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are they must be running off like 4 hours sleep and they're still doing all this.
And I was thinking, man, if I got one event on my calendar plus the gym, I'm exhausted. That's what I was thinking. And I just didn't have the same energy I had when I was younger. Right. And I was just feeling a bit of lethargy. And I went to the doctors, and the only thing I saw was my testosterone was low. And then people were saying, oh, maybe it's probably because you're on keto, right? And I was like, okay, maybe. I started eating carbs for a while. I tried to go back to carbs. It got worse.
Mm.
And then I found some studies that keto can actually, like new studies that came out saying keto can actually raise testosterone to some people, right? So it's kind of, sometimes with studies, you can find anything you want, you can find both results. But anyway, I was still in the normal range, but I was at the low end of the normal range. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I have a YouTube video where my doctor's on going through all my blood work, everything. I was solely transparent about it, and he said, listen, you can wait till it becomes a problem, like a real problem, because you're still in the normal range, or you can make sure it's never a problem, get yourself to the top end of the normal range and feel like Superman, or feel like you did when you're in the 20s. I was like, yeah, that sounds better. Why not? If I can feel like I felt in my 20s, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was about 3 years ago.
So you did it, and then how did you feel different?
I immediately felt fantastic. Just way more energy. I slept better. My mood improved. Like I highly recommend.
The sex drive go up as well.
What's up?
Sex drive.
A sex drive. I don't think it's.
Sorry, couldn't have gone higher.
Yeah, it was. I didn't have a big libido effect. Like negatively, it wasn't bad, and I was kind of worried that it would be too much.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, if it goes higher than this, that's gonna be a fucking problem, man. That's gonna be a fucking problem. But I had a girlfriend at the time. I was like, hey, this might happen. You're gonna have some more responsibilities.
Yeah.
That's what I just told her. Hey, you're gonna have some more responsibilities if this shit gets out of hand.
Yeah, I always think about that sometimes. Like, what is the optimal amount of sex drive that you want to have as a guy? Because you don't want none. Because that life would just feel weird if you don't have any sex drive. And then obviously when it comes to actually having sex.
You don't want to be Quagmire from the Family Guy either. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Like imagine you're trying to lock in and do some work and then immediately you just start thinking about fat ass and you're like, okay.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
That happens all the time, man. Sometimes listen, I know a lot of guys preach like no fap and all that shit. Sometimes you got to rub one out so you can concentrate and get back to work. You know what I'm saying? That's what you just got to do. You're not doing it for enjoyment. It's not recreation. It's like maintenance, right? Sometimes you just got to rub one out and get back to work.
Yeah, because the other option is what? You're going to meet up with someone.
Yeah.
You got to spend a bit of quality time with them.
Yeah.
Take them to dinner. And then, hours later, spend a couple $100.
Yeah.
Then you finally get what you want to get. And it's like, okay, how much time
how much time did you wait? Especially if you know like how much you make per hour, if you've calculated hourly rate.
I've seen that. You did a video on that, didn't you?
Yeah, I've done because there's something I take into account. Even if you got a girlfriend, it's like, oh man, I just have sex with my girlfriend, right? I can rub one out way quicker than I can, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to worry about pleasuring her.
Yeah.
Right. She's not going to just be a fleshlight for you.
Yeah.
Right. You want, I mean, she might, right? But you got to, it's going to take I can make me come faster than I can make her come. I can do that shit in fucking 90 seconds if I need to. But girls, they got to get turned on. It's a little different. Yeah. You can't just start DJing or rubbing the clit or something and then just bust immediately. I have developed some tactics that can make it quicker, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want to hear?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So, because sometimes we got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Right? But we still trying to fuck, right? So what you do is you get her one of them little massage wands, right? And then this is a pro tip. Yeah. All right. And this is when you don't have time.
Yeah.
Right? You have her lay on her back with the massage wand on her clit while you hitting it. As soon as she come, and it's like, all right, now I can come. We can get some rest.
Yeah.
Got to wake up at 4 tomorrow.
Yeah.
As if you need to, right? Otherwise, sometimes you have more time. If you got more time, then you can.
You're waking up at 4 o'clock then every day?
4 or it's more 4:30, 5:30, or 6:30. Honestly, it depends on when I went to sleep. Because sometimes you got shit to do.
Yeah.
You still gotta stay up. Or sometimes I go to the Heat games. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna be at the Heat game. Me and my boy, we got floor seats.
Nice.
So I'm probably that's gonna be 6:30 the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So man, you got to wake up that early. The Heat game ends at like 10, right? So I got to go to sleep to get 8 hours, right? Mm-hmm. So we gonna have to break out the fucking vibrator wand when I get home, my girl, because I ain't got time. I ain't got that kind of time that night. Tonight, I ain't got nothing going on. I can pop a Viagra, man. We can do this shit all night. I got some time. Sometimes you want to go longer and use her as get some extra cardio.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you got to turn your girl into an elliptical machine, right? Just so you could to maintain your caloric deficit. Like she tried to get on top. Like, no. Training right now.
We're doing some HIIT.
I'm doing HIIT cardio. I'm doing intervals in that ass. You know what I'm saying?
How long have you guys been together?
Me and this one about 3 years, but we were friends for like 2 years before that. I had another girlfriend. I think I don't know, man. I thought we were just friends, but I guess she was like waiting for her opportunity.
Oh,
Probably wasn't even my friend.
So you weren't even thinking about making a move.
Nah, like that was my homie. Like she would.
You being a gentleman.
We were just friends, right? Like I know some guys say you shouldn't be friends with girls, but
I like to be friends with girls.
I think it's cool.
And one thing that I don't like about being in a relationship, when you're fully committed, is that you have to. For most scenarios, most women you're with, they don't want you to be friends with other women, especially if they're hot.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of have to, close all those doors and be like, look, we can't really talk the way we used to talk because I'm with someone now, and then you kind of become just,
You know how to mitigate that. Well, what was worked for me is I have them become friends with my girls. So like some of my female friends, like they kick it with my girl and us. Like we go. So I don't kick it with them. I have a rule when I'm in a relationship for me is I'm never alone with another woman. That way I can't cheat.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense, yeah.
Because cheating is how do I put this?
Haram.
There's that, right? For sure. But also it's just mental bandwidth, right? Like, you run a business, you got a lot of shit going on. You came here with like 18 video editors and shit. It's like you got a lot going on. It's a lot of stuff to think about.
Yeah.
If you got to manage a bunch of other women too, it's a headache. And then you got to remember, like, women are like crazy people, right? They're all like mental terrorists, 100% of them. So now you got to negotiate with terrorists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been there before.
Yeah, we've all been there before,
Yeah.
and that's how you learn.
Yeah, trying to manage multiple relationships, even if like you've said to them, like,
even if they're down,
we're
even if they're
not,
cool.
We're not officially an item.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep multiple women happy and satisfied.
Yeah.
Full-time job.
It's a full-time job, and that's probably my biggest regret from my youth is even though I worked really hard, I still spent way too much time.
Yeah.
Chasing women, and maybe you have to go through that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's not something I would promote, but it's something I look back on, and I think the same thing. I'm like, did I waste my time?
Yeah.
But I'm actually happy for the experience that I gained from it because I feel like I understand women a lot more now, and I know what my priorities should be. And I think, when I get to the point where I'm like fully committed to one person, I look back and I'm like, I've done all the things that I wanted to do.
No regrets.
Because I know a lot of people, I'm trying to imagine myself if I stayed with the person that I met when I was like 20 years old. And I was like, hey, you seem like the one, let's get married, have kids, and then like, that's that. And I know some guys that have done that and they're happy. And I don't want them to start thinking, the grass is green on the other side.
I know some guys who publicly say they're happy, but I know like on the low, they kind of wish they fucking, they missed their window to do that. So I can see both sides of that, right? Like and sometimes when I think, man, they were just empty victories.
Yeah.
But that might just be talking from a position of privilege, right?
Yeah.
Not every guy gets to experience that. So if I never experienced it, maybe I'd feel different.
Mm-hmm. It's a tricky one as well because a lot of men do get into their prime, either late 20s or in their 30s.
Yeah.
So, it's nobody can really comment or pass judgment on it until they themselves are in that position. Yeah. Like if most men get into the position where they are wanted by like 90% of the female population, okay, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to be disciplined? Are you going to resist the temptation? Or are you going to just fucking fall victim to it?
They won't, right? So like, here's the thing. If you haven't cultivated a lot of discipline before you become successful, well, first of all, the likelihood of you becoming successful is very low. But let's say by some fucking miracle you become successful without having the discipline to restrain yourself, you're going to indulge more, but now you can fuck your life up in different ways because you have leverage.
Yeah.
You know, imagine if I get caught in the fucking whorehouse, right? You know what I'm saying? It's news, right? You know what I'm saying? If I get arrested for fucking a bunch of having an orgy with prostitutes, what's the dude? He's gonna make YouTuber's gonna be making videos about it. What's the dude? Greg. He's gonna be making videos about it. Doucette's gonna make a video about it. Yeah, of course he will. You know what I'm saying?
Has he ever made a video about you?
Oh yeah, he made a bunch of them. Not as many as he made about you, but he's made a lot.
You know
of
what though? Like at first, I said this to him. I was like, I did not like you.
Yeah.
When he was making those videos.
Yeah.
And then I understood like that's just part of his thing. That's what he does. And when I met him in real life, he's
cool, right?
He's a cool guy.
He's cool. It's like it's. I don't want to say it's insincere, but it's definitely a WWE element to all that shit. You know, like so I don't take it. I never take it seriously. Even if you see my responses, it was like very lighthearted. I'm joking around. I wasn't, you know. I just no. Here's the blood work. Here's my doctor saying that I was not on steroids. You know, he showed evidence. It wasn't. It obviously not enough, right? And
it's never enough.
Yeah. You know, cool. I think some of those guys are doing the. There are guys who I guess are fake natties, right? But I really wasn't taking any gear until I went on TRT.
Yeah.
So I just.
Do you think Ashton Hall's natural?
I don't know that motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying.
Who do you think's got the
Wait, let me make my point. I'll answer your question. But there's like a generation of guys who just think everyone's on roids, and so now it lowers what they believe they can do.
Yeah.
Right? You got to remember, if I showed you my bags over there, I got a scale in my bag. Food scale. I weigh all my food, everything I eat for years, right? If anybody does that, they're going to get way up, diet's 80%, right? You know, I have old videos with all my workout logs and everything I ate. Like I have logs before MyFitnessPal existed. I was writing that shit down every day. I've never missed more than a week of training. 25 years, right? And I don't say that to brag. I'm just saying, like, if you are consistent for a long enough period of time, you're gonna have results that outpace.
And it's a lot easier to get shredded than it is to get jacked.
It's super easy, man. Like it's like
getting jacked takes fucking years.
Yeah,
to get shredded, you know, you could do that reasonably quickly. It depends what the starting point is.
I helped the fatter you are, the faster you lose weight.
Yeah,
because I helped the one guy. He was like a big fat, obese, right? Well, motherfucker. And he lost 75 pounds in 70 days. Right. But, you know, as you get leaner, it's more difficult you know. But yeah, you can lose fat so much quicker than you can put on muscle for sure.
Yeah.
You were about to ask me a question. I cut you off though.
Because so like some of the best physiques out there, which ones do you think are natural?
Grego Gallagher.
Yeah. And that's it, guys.
What's the dude? Jeff Nippert.
Yeah.
What's the dude? Jesse
James Buss. Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse James. He's
you know one who got a load of shit. Simeon Panda.
Oh yeah.
I you know what? I think I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and I believe him. Not many people agree with me on that one, but
yeah. You know what, man? I've met some motherfuckers who were like, especially like some black guys who were like definitely not on roids. I know because they were fucking poor.
Yeah.
I mean, like asking their girl for extra money to eat, but they were in great shape.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And if you saw them, you would think roids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I do give the black guys more benefit of the doubt because I just seen some shit growing up. It was like, oh, this motherfucker is different. He's not even counting his reps. He don't care what he eats. He's just young, and he's got some different kind of genetics. Yeah. I trained some guys who were in the NFL, And these motherfuckers, their diet, some of these guys would eat anything, you know, like anything. And they looked amazing. And they were pro athletes. And they were afraid to take supplements from fucking GNC or Vitamin Shop when I would, all right, let's get on this. They had to run everything by people because they were afraid that it would have some banned substance in it.
Yeah.
Right. They were, these guys probably aren't on gear. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid these motherfuckers are afraid to take a pre-workout.
Yeah.
You know? They were black and they just had some different genetic. Even I would look at them like, fuck, this is different, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was a phase back when I was living in Newcastle. I had my own gym. I was prepping all my food in the evening and taking it to work the next day. Yeah, I did that for like 3 years, where I was counting everything.
Come on. And you got crazy good shape those 3 years.
Good shape, but then it was just what it taught me, like understanding how my body would respond to different macro splits and calorie intakes. And within that year, I competed twice, so I understood like what was required to really get myself to the lowest levels of body fat.
Yeah.
And, you know, for those people, you know, you'll get it as well. And people come to you and say, hey, I've done everything and I just can't lose this last bit.
You're not doing the one thing that
like,
works.
Look, you're not doing everything.
Yeah.
Like I say, what calories you on? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking start counting.
Almost nobody does this.
Yeah.
I've been tracking my calories for decades, right? There was a study that came out, Duke University. They took a bunch of fat boys and they had them they said, just track your calories. They didn't give them no diet plan, no workout plan. They weren't doing keto, paleo, carnivore. They weren't even in a caloric deficit. They weren't telling them to be in caloric deficit. Just write down what you eat in MyFitnessPal instead of putting anything in your mouth like a whore, fat boy. And then over 9 weeks, it was 3 months, right? With no plan, these motherfuckers lost an average of 5 pounds of fat. Now, that 5 pounds in 3 months of fat, that's not like good. Like if that was one of our clients, we'd be upset. Right? Yeah. But you got to remember, they had no plan, just tracking. And they lost weight. So imagine if you were on a solid plan.
Yeah.
I saw a video with Jeff Neppert. This shit blew my mind. He was talking about steroids. And at the end he said, instead of doing steroids, I'm going to be real meticulous about my diet and every gram. I'm gonna measure everything I eat for a month and then show you the results. I'm like, motherfucker, what you been doing this whole time? Like you weren't doing. If Jeff Nippert wasn't doing this shit prior to this epiphany he had, I'm not trying to talk shit about Jeff. I'm a fan, right? But it just showed me if he's not doing it, these regular motherfuckers definitely ain't doing it. Yeah. I would say if you're thinking about doing fucking roids, do that shit first. Because I seen people take gear and still look like shit because their diet was shit.
Yeah.
You've seen it too, I'm sure.
Yeah, you got to do everything.
Diet's the most important part.
What do you advise for the people who, or especially the youngsters who are thinking about doing it, hopping onto it? Because I know it's kind of a little bit more accepted now on social media. There's a lot of other younger influencers who are open about it.
Yeah. You know, and one of the reasons why I did a whole documentary and was open about me getting on TRT is because there's a lot of people my age who are ashamed to be on it. You know, I've heard the guy who ran my clinic, he said that some guys have them deliver their shit at work because they don't want their wives to know they're on it.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's a shame comes to them. People try to shame me for it. But for the younger guys, if you listen, you make your own decision. You know, I probably did worse things in my life than that when I was your age. You know, when my 20, I was pistol whipping motherfuckers and shit. You know, like, so it's, I'm not here to judge anyone. I would say, man, just really start tracking all your calories first and then see if you need it.
Yeah.
Right? Because there are ramifications to this shit, you know, and you know what they are, make peace with them if you're going to do it. But just do 9 months of tracking your calories. I promise you'll make more gains, more progress in those. Not 9 months. I'm sorry. Like 3 months of tracking your. You'll make more progress than you've made like the whole last year.
When you came off the keto and you started introducing carbs, was it weird for your audience to kind of see that because you were known for being the keto guy?
I didn't say that out loud because it only lasted for a month.
Okay.
And it's just weird. I didn't feel like I was doing an experiment. I didn't feel like I had to keep them updated on everything because I didn't even know I was going to stick with it. It was just added confusion.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Again, keto's not for everyone. I'm not one of these guys who try to push it on people. It's just, I make content about it. People want to fuck with it, they can. If they don't, that's cool too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 34 now.
Mm.
Everything's good, but one thing I do notice is physique-wise, everything's looking good.
Yeah.
Strength is good, but I would like to have more energy. I want more energy like I used to have when I was like 25.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the evening now, I'm just like, I just want to go to bed.
Bro, yeah. I don't have that no more on TRT, bro.
Yeah.
I was feeling that same way, and it was close to your age, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if I probably went, it was gradual. It wasn't like all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like one guy made a video about me. It got like millions of views. He said, how does all of a sudden your testosterone just fall off a cliff? I'm like, no, dummy. It didn't happen like that. It was gradual. Like I was feeling the way you're feeling now.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was like almost 40, it got to a breaking point where I had to do something.
Yeah.
Right. And that's how every man's testosterone.
Is it something you have to, once you start, you have to continue doing it? Like you can't.
That's what they say. Yeah. You got to take it.
on.
You got to take it forever. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of things I do forever. Eat food, fucking drink water, flex on haters, stun on hoes. You know, I'm gonna do that shit forever. Ball.
As long as surely when you're in your 30s and 40s, you should have enough money to be able to.
Yeah. And it's not like crazy expensive, man. You know, like some guys, if I had a weed smoking habit or something, that would be more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like crazy expensive.
So I want to know a little bit more about Miami and the scene of Miami, the women, the dating.
Mm-hmm.
What have you learned about it so far? How many years you been here now?
I've been here 3 years now.
Years,
you know, Miami's whatever you want it to be, right? If you want to go out every night, you want to party, have casual sex with random bitches, you can do that, right? If you want to, a lot of my friends, man, don't drink or do any recreational drugs like a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I haven't drank or done recreational drugs in over 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, for the reasons we talked about before. But a lot of my friends in Miami do that, man. You know, you know what's real popular here? People don't know this, man, but like church is super popular, man. People go to church, man. They get excited about it. You know, so there's that scene too.
Mm-hmm.
There's this scene, you know, you know, the gyms are packed at like 5 a.m., right? There's a big health scene, or you can go straight party, debauchery. It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, you can tap into like different frequencies and you can tap into whichever one you want. It's like think of it like a radio station. Like whatever you're on. If you want to be on this station, that's where you'll be, right? You know?
It's funny how some places, they get that reputation, but there's more to it than that. Like Dubai has a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the time, I mean, you can hear good things, but you can also hear really bad things. I get asked about it all the time. And I'm like, all this stuff that you hear about, I mean, yeah, sure, it exists, but I'm not fucking around with that. Like, I tap into the things I want to tap into. And it's dependent upon who you are going to choose to hang out with and what you do with your time.
You know, you don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are.
Yeah.
You know, because everything gets filtered through your perspective. Right? Like if you had some blue blocker glasses, everything's going to be orange, right? And that's how we see the world. For example, this has been a lot of, I hear a lot of people talking shit about London, right? That's where you're from, right? Or
I spent 3 years there, yeah.
I've always had a fucking amazing time every in London.
Yeah.
Like I never had no problems, but it's just, I guess I tap into a different, something different when I'm there than what other people experience. You know? Yeah.
I mean, London is, it's sad to see because I've obviously spent time there 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was there 2016, 17, 18, 19. It's definitely not the same as it was. One thing you notice now is a lot of people who have had the ability to leave have left.
Yeah. So
you just notice when you go there, those enthusiastic, go-getting entrepreneurs, they kind of left, and that's what I feel like is missing. Like what I've noticed here in Miami and New York, there is this spirit of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Like you're out and about, and people are they're willing to talk to you.
Yeah.
Everyone seems fairly positive. People are doing stuff. It's like, let's go get some stuff done.
Have you noticed people here are real nice? Like really
in America,
nice?
Yeah. And especially I mean, I haven't walked about too much here in Miami. I mean, I foolishly decided to stay in South Beach. During
during spring break. Yeah, so you're getting a different experience. You're getting like a tourist experience more than you are. See, I live like close to here.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I just moved over to Brickell now.
Oh, smart move. Yeah.
Because we did a few days there, and I was like, typical, like, just tourist point of view, like,
Yeah.
hey, South Beach, Miami, stay there.
That's where you going.
And I got there, and it's like, hey, he's a bit ratchet. Like,
yeah, no, it's people are coming from all over, and it's spring break, so it's like, just it's college kids or just people, And I used to come down here for spring break when I was in college.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what you went through. But yo, as far as Miami, it's whatever you want to get into, man. And in Dayton, I've had a girlfriend the whole time I was down here. Like when I moved down here, I brought my girl from New York. I was like, all right, yo, quit your job and just come down here. You know what I'm saying? And so that's exciting because I didn't want to get. I know me, and if I was down here single, I used to visit here a lot, and I know what kind of shit I used to get into, man. Yeah. And I wanted to keep focused. If you like Spanish chicks, Latina chicks, Miami's fantastic for that. Like, fantastic. It may not be the best. Let me tell you why. New York still might be the best. New York got so many Latina chicks, right?
Hey, really?
Yeah, but a ton of them. But the difference is they're poor. They poor and they don't know their dads, right? And so the beauty, but the beauty of that is, right? If you got some money and you like Spanish chicks, and so it's like the perfect intersection of hot and poor, right? Like I used to bring a chick from the fucking Bronx to Upper West Side. I had a penthouse with a big fucking balcony in Manhattan. She come over there, it's like, oh man, she think I'm fucking Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? When Miami is like regular, this bitch been on fucking private planes and shit.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to.
Is that your kryptonite? Latinas.
Yeah. See, they call me Papi Negro. Papi Negro in Washington Heights, Dykeman, New York, Que lo que miente, and that's my thing, Yeah,
they're fun, man.
So that's the
you have to
difference.
Be prepared. You
gotta
be strong.
You gotta be prepared, for that. And I'm exotic to them,
Yeah. Is that where's your current girl from?
She's Dominican.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Dominican.
Have you traveled down to South America? Or?
I've been a bunch of countries in South America and in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time there.
Yeah. I want to know if Colombia is as good as everyone says it.
It is, right? A lot of the girls in Colombia are like, not all of them, but okay, I don't want to say a lot of them, but there are a lot of prostitutes in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
So you might meet a girl, she might be regular, she might be a prostitute, or maybe just a part-time prostitute.
Have you seen that? You seen guys just like fall in love with?
I knew a guy. Oh, I didn't know the guy. I knew this girl. She was from Colombia, right? She met this doctor down there, right? And she had her body done. She was like super beautiful, right? And then he met her down there. He moved her to New York and married her, And I was fucking that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You know what I'm saying? There's that. These motherfucking pass bros.
Yeah.
They, you gotta watch out.
I've seen that. There's a few people I know they've traveled or they're very successful businessmen.
Yeah.
But they paid for escorts.
Yeah.
And then they fucking fell in love with one of them.
You fall in love with escorts? I get it. Like some people say, man,
it's not people like us though.
Yeah.
It's the guys who
couldn't do it.
They've not been exposed to it. Maybe they've spent a lot of their life just focused on their career, and then now they got a bit of money, but maybe they don't look that good. They're not looking after themselves. They're just paying for escorts, and then this is the first time they've had a girl fucking blow their mind, like in the bedroom. They fall in love, and they're like, "I want to make you my wife," and it's just like,
especially because escorts, man, they doing it.
They're doing
it for performance.
They're trained.
They're trained and. If you pay someone to do a job, man, they're going to do it better than someone's doing it for free. Am I right? Right? Like your editors, right? If they were doing it for free.
Yeah. Like
you probably wouldn't even let them do it for free, right? Because it's so important, right? So when you fuck a prostitute, man, it's like she's she's trying to make a return customer, man, get some referrals and shit.
I've had it before when someone is that good in the bedroom. You're like,
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, I know
You
what
have to
mean.
be strong.
I know what you mean. Yeah, listen, guys, if you one thing you take from this podcast, don't fall in love with the escort. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you got to do it, think of it like you're ordering a pizza instead of making one. You know, that's all.
It's gonna
Just give
be
delivery.
it will fuck with your head for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
Some fucking history will resurface and just destroy you.
yeah. Fuck that shit, man. You can't fall in love with the host.
Yeah, man, that's not good.
Yeah. So what happened to those guys, man? Did they marry him?
Yeah,
They married the escorts.
yeah.
Ugh.
Man,
What y'all doing out there?
I
marrying hookers.
I went to a very expensive wedding of this guy who had just he had so much money, but he obviously fallen in love with this girl, and it was really weird to watch this extravagant. It was serious wedding. They put like millions into it.
Yeah,
and the main thing that was lacking was like just the genuine love for each other.
yeah.
It was very transactional, and you could tell. And for her, the whole wedding was just a show. It was all for social media.
Yeah.
It was all a show. And he was just like, yes, have this, have that, do this, do that. And it was just like, this is so weird. And even all the people there were like, they weren't even like close friends and family. It was just like other influencers who'd been invited just for this show so that more people could see it and this wedding could get more exposure. And I was like, wow, like this is definitely something which I do not want.
That is the craziest shit I ever heard.
Yeah.
Marrying escorts? You've blown my mind, Mike Thurston. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought that was just like.
Well, I do believe people can change. I know some people have been brought up in a, pretty desperate situation, and they've had to do what they've needed to do in order to survive or support the family. And I get that. Like it's rough, and maybe you've not had the best upbringing to, stay away from that and follow the right path. So
100%.
I'm not going to demonize everyone, but if you're continuing to do it, then that's what I always respect the women who have taken the hard path.
Yeah.
Who have not taken that easy route where they do the OnlyFans or they do the escorting. They're like, nah, I'm just going to get a normal job.
Yeah.
I'm going to, sacrifice this amazing quality of life, which I could have because I have my values, I have my pride, and I want to do what I want to do. Same thing with me. Like I've had options. Like when I was in my early 20s, do some weird shit. Or even the past, past couple of years where, I could have taken some deals or started some businesses that I wouldn't have been comfortable with, or worked with some brands that I didn't want to work with, but I have my values and my morals.
Remember the NFTs?
Yeah.
Were people trying to get you to do it? People, you know how many people came to me with NFTs, idea projects, and I was like, I don't necessarily want to scam my audience. I don't care how many millions I can make, And so I stayed. I get exactly what you're saying. If I was a girl, though, if I was a girl, I would get all the surgeries on my 18th birthday, and my goal would be to be the top OnlyFans girl.
Well, you would do it.
Yeah, I'd be a whore. I would be a legit whore, right? I know that. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
But I couldn't scam no one, right? But being a whore, that's whatever. I'm providing a service. You know what I'm saying?
So you would do it
if I was a girl. I'd have been doing that shit.
What?
Because I love money, Mike Thurston. Jesus. The problem is I'm a man, so the only way I could make money is providing a product or service that people think is valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But if I could just be hot, that would be way easier than building businesses, having employees, you know what I'm saying, fucking doing spreadsheets, accounting. If I could just be a whore, that shit would be dope. But, you gotta play the cards you're dealt, Mike Thurston.
Yeah. So what have you got planned for like the future in terms of like business and things you want to do?
I don't like to tell people my goals because or say them out loud. I read Malcolm X's autobiography when I was in high school, and the only part I really retained, or the part that stuck out to me the most, he said, never tell people your plans, because if you fail or change your mind, like nobody knows.
Yeah.
And he said, if you accomplish it and they don't know you were working on it, it looks cooler.
Yeah. And
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So that's, I got some plans and some moves, and, You know, the only people who really know about it are people who are involved.
Mm.
You ever meet that guy who's always trying to do some shit or he's always saying some shit? He's got all these fucking plans. After a while, you stop. You think, oh, this guy's full of shit.
Well, one thing I've noticed, because I would fall victim to this sometimes, where there would be something which I would be doing or it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I would tell people about it and I would get a little kick, a little dopamine hit. And then it got to the point where I would keep telling people about this thing that I'm going to do. So many times that it felt as though I'd already done it.
Yeah.
And then maybe that thing would happen. Yeah. Sometimes it wouldn't, because things don't go to plan. And I remember this happened one time with the podcast. I had a really big guest and I was telling everyone, I was like, this guest is coming on. Like, you know, I was like bragging about it. And then it didn't fucking happen in the end. So then afterwards, everybody was like, what happened with that guest? So how'd it go?
You look like a dick.
I was like, oh.
Now you got to explain what happened was, fuck that. I didn't even tell nobody else come out here. You know what I'm saying? Except for like my camera guy and then my girl. But I was like, hey, listen. I was like, listen, this dude's too handsome. I don't want you watching my story today. Fuck that shit. You know, he's in better shape than me. Don't watch my story today or you're getting kicked out the house. Do you get like that shit? Well, so my boy, Austin Dunham, you know Austin Dunham?
Yeah.
He was telling me that he'll be with his friends and his friends will be like, yo, don't wear a tank top, man. My girl's going to be here.
People are like, Mike, don't take your top off. Don't take your top off around here.
I was just joking. I'm not in like shape where it's like that, you know what I'm saying? And you might be better than me, but it's like I don't think you're so much better than my girl would risk the life. You know, so I'm not insecure about it like that. I was just joking. But some guys are like that. Can you imagine that? So that's why it's real important to get in the best, just to be the best you can be, man, as a man, right? Just because
you want, like, I always have this goal as well, where you want to get to the point where you are irreplaceable.
Yeah,
like you even if things don't go to plan, they're going to have a really hard time from finding somebody or some guy on your level.
Yeah. And even if there's a guy at a higher level, it's not worth the risk. You know what I'm saying? It's not even worth, oh no, I got this one. You know, let me just chill, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're at a level where you're just a fucking regular ass guy, if a chick will fuck you when you a regular ass guy, now your competition is everyone. You know, you're kind of fucking Uber drivers, bus drivers, janitors. Your guy competition is everyone, right? Like my competition is just the most elite. You get what I'm saying? And that's where you want to be. But even more important than that is I got a son. So right now he thinks I'm the man, right? I go to school and all the other kids want me to flex and pick him up, right? And he's like, oh man, my dad's so strong, you know, that kind of shit. But when he's older, you know, now I got to compete with like celebrities, other influencers for his, not admiration, but his influence, right? You know how like influencers are called influencers because they influence people, right? I want to make sure I'm influencing him the most so I keep him on the right path. But if I'm a fat loser, right? One of my boys, he was like, man, yo, he's got an older extent. My son's not listening to me, man. It feels like I just can't get through to him. Like, of course, man, look at you, man. You fat. You drive a fucking Nissan or some shit, right? Like your life is not attractive, man. Your wife don't respect you. Should be yelling at you in public and shit. It's like your son looks at that and he's probably thinking that's not what I want. Yeah, you know. So
you want to be a superhero for your kid, yeah.
And God forbid, like one of these rappers or some shit is more like 6ix9ine or something is like the influential one. Then like that's not what you want because they'll start behaving like that, right? Like so, all my plans are based around trying to impress a 7-year-old. Right? Like when he's older, I want him to just really think, yo, my dad is the man. Yeah. You know?
How did your life change when you had your son? Like, was there anything immediately where you're like, oh, okay, like this has to stop. Why don't you start doing this?
I became a little more risk adverse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always struggled with depression. I was diagnosed with bipolar 2 depression. And obviously my dad probably had something like that undiagnosed as well. And, excuse me. And ever since I was a kid, I would have like suicidal thoughts, you know? And, you know, when things get real bad, when I'm in a real dark place, I would think, man, I really wish I was dead. You know, and that's not normal, right? That's that's not normal. But that doesn't really happen now.
Yeah.
Ever since he was born, it's like I always got a reason to live. You know, I always got a reason to push forward. And so there's that. And, you know, I'm not taking stupid risk. You know, I wouldn't do anything that would shed negative light on me, because he's a reflection of that, right? I think, can you imagine like Kanye West kids going to school?
Same with like Will Smith's kids.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Will Smith's kids going to school, man. Yo,
that must be hard. Like,
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Now, Kanye West kids, you know, both their parents are billionaires. I'm sure there's trade-offs. You know what I'm saying? And Will Smith's kids, you know, they're fucking super rich.
That must be the hardest thing for the kids of super famous, super
when your dad
rich
does some bullshit.
Parents. Like how, I don't even know how you can have any sort of normal life, or even have, maybe they have some work ethic or ambition because they want to be like the dad or the mum or whatever, but it's hard. I mean, even you see like David Beckham's kids as well, like they're, what are they doing? Yeah,
you know, we only hear about the kids who don't do shit, right?
Yeah.
Donald Trump's dad was a millionaire, right? So like, if you can find a way to make your kids ambitious, right? I think it's better if they don't have to start from the bottom. Like I had to start from the bottom. Like my dad, what was cool though is I saw my dad, he had made, even though he lost it all, I saw that he did it, and that gave me confidence. Oh, okay, if I work hard enough, I can do it. So I believed in myself, and that was cool, but I didn't have anything. Now, sometimes to your point, like my son don't know like I'm rich. Like he don't know I'm a fucking millionaire and shit, right? And it's probably shit. I don't even think some of the things that he experiences, I don't think he knows that it's not normal yet. You know, like,
but he's gonna start figuring that out.
He's gonna figure it out at some point. But I'm shielding him from that. You know, initially it's
he starts getting older, and then
he's gonna notice.
You give him a Christmas present, and he's like,
yeah, no, I don't give him shit like he just want fucking Paw Patrol shit. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, or like Roblox or some shit like that. So it's not like, I don't even think kids want that shit, and I don't dress them in. I'm not one of those who dresses their kids in Gucci or some shit like that. Now he's wearing regular shit. And but there is some, you know, I don't have a car in Georgia where he lives. I visit him like every other weekend. I'm with him every other weekend, or sometimes more, like 2 to 3 weekends a month. I'm with him, but I hire like a driver to drive us around, and we go on adventures. We might do like 8 different things in one day. That's not normal, but I don't think he knows that yet. You know, it is weird because when you don't have no kids yet, but this is going to
I'm looking forward to it though.
Well, yeah, when you're with your kids and it's like, yo, can I get a picture? So he gets that all the time. People want pictures, and it's cool. I don't mind. But he's like, oh, you're Brandon Carter, and then my son now he says he's also my dad. Like he's kind of proud of it, and that's dope. But I don't think he knows that that's not normal yet. You know, or like I took him to him and his mom went to Disney World last year, spring break, and I don't think he understands what it's like to fly first class. Like he never been a coach, right? But I don't think he knows. And then we had the fucking VIP shit, so we didn't wait in no lines or nothing. He doesn't know that shit. He doesn't know that's not normal yet. Yeah. But he'll figure it out. And you know what I think about Keno Body. Like I'm friends with, like that's my boy. His dad was like the Donald Trump of Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like he was super rich, and he still has a lot of drive. So that's how I know you can still.
And he passed away as well, didn't
he? Yeah, he passed away when he was young. As his father. But what he told me was just don't give him nothing. Yeah. He said that's the key. You know what I'm saying? Don't give them nothing. You give them the tools, and if they have an idea or you put them in a position to succeed, right? But don't give them nothing. They got make sure they got to earn everything, as far as like money's concerned. And that's kind of what I think.
And have you been able to keep things fairly civil between your current girlfriend and the mother?
They never met. They haven't met yet. Not yet. You know
yeah. But she's cool with you. I mean, doing the thing you need to do.
My girlfriend?
Yeah.
If she's not, she can leave. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's cool.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? She's gonna leave, and then I'll be a single 6'2" multi-millionaire with single-digit body fat in Miami. Oh no! Oh no! What will I do, Mike Thurston? All alone in the penthouse on Biscayne Boulevard. Damn, who am I gonna go sit courtside at the Heat game with? It's like I'm not really. It's like if she has a problem with it, she's not a hostage.
Yeah.
She's not in captivity. She can leave whenever she wants.
Yeah, but I speak to a lot of people about this a lot. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, how old are you?
It's dope, bro. I'm 42.
No, when you had
45, 40, yeah, 45.
No, when you
35. I was 35. I
yeah.
apologize. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good age.
Yeah, no, it's dope, man. Especially if you have a boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's like to have a girl, but the boys, it's just I don't know. It's just different, man. We got a different kind of bond. We're doing cool, especially as they get older. You keep doing cooler shit with him.
Mm-hmm.
When he was fucking 2, it was better when we all lived in New York, right? But he moved. They moved to Jersey. I'm sorry, to Georgia, and I didn't want to move to Georgia, so I just got Miami's closer. That's another reason I'm here. But anyway, when we was all in New York, I would fucking as soon as he started walking, I would take him to the track. And we would run the track. He thought it was a game, but I was training. He was working out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes when we hanging out, I just start playing the Rocky theme song, and then he knows. Oh, we start doing push-ups and shit. But it's like it's a game for him, right? It's just fun. Yeah. He's having fun with Dad, but I'm training him. It's fun. Me and Michael Hearn talk about that because he had a kid around the same time. So we always be sending each other videos of of our kids doing crazy shit.
What are you doing now to maintain your shape at your age and to age gracefully, look your best, feel your best?
Can you give me my bag so I can show him? So
all the goodies.
So the main thing I do is I have one of these fucking man purses, and everywhere I go, I keep a fucking scale on me, man.
Mm-hmm.
So even at restaurants, I'm weighing my food, right? As you get older, just to maintain elite shape, you got to be more strict. Like I got more and more strict as I age. You probably see it too, right? You stop drinking as much. All that. Yeah.
I can't eat like an arsehole.
Yeah.
Like I would go in and have like big cheat meals.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I noticed if I go and have those days where I just eat like a dickhead and I put myself in an excessive calorie surplus, that'll linger around for days after.
Bro, I stopped doing cheat meals for that. For that reason. And, abstinence is easier than moderation, right? If you just quit something over a long enough period of time, the cravings go away.
Yeah.
But if you do something every once in a while, I noticed that after a cheat meal, the next day or two, I would have cravings. I would want, especially if I eat some cheat meal, man, I'm gonna eat carbs, I'm gonna eat all this shit. I would crave that shit. And I was like, oh shit, this is why it's so difficult for people to be in shape. Because they're fighting this all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? After like a week or something, the cravings go away for me. But they're fighting this all the time because they keep teasing themselves. It's like you're teasing themselves. And so I don't even think it's cheating. It's like quitting briefly, but then you got to start over again. You kind of have to start over again, And some people find it beneficial, so I'm not telling people what to do, right? But for me, I've had a cheat meal since 2023 just because it's easier for me to just stay on point than it is to tease myself with that shit.
Yeah, like if you were to put like some dessert or a cake in front of me, I could have a little bite of it.
Yeah.
Like, because a little bite, something in moderation, isn't doing damage. But I don't want to know how good that tastes.
Yeah.
Because if it tastes that good, like it is so fucking hard to stop yourself from having more of it. Yeah. Especially when there's an abundance of it in front of you.
Yeah.
That's my biggest weakness. I know myself. I'm like very self-aware. I understand how I'm going to fuck up.
Yeah.
And things like dessert or having too much food in my house. Maybe I'll be disciplined. I'll have like a lot of willpower for 90% of the time. There's going to be times where I'm either tired, I had a bad sleep, or just emotionally like messed up because of work and stress or whatever. I will go to food. If it's there, I'll eat it. 30 minutes later, I'm like, what the fuck did I just do?
Yeah.
And then you've I don't know, it might take days to undo the damage you've done, because I can go in. Like, people don't know me. I can go in. I'm a bottomless pit.
You're super successful, and most successful people are extremists. Like, they don't do something. They won't. It's not a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go all in.
Yeah.
And also, the thing about that is, it spikes your dopamine levels. Like, on a hormonal level, it's gonna spike your dopamine to a crazy point, right? Especially if you the high sugary foods, and then you come down from that, you're gonna be craving that dopamine. Your regular food is gonna taste worse.
Yeah.
In comparison, right? Because of the contrast.
Yeah.
Now you go back to fucking spinach or some shit, right? After you had a fucking cake, it's like, it's gonna taste awful.
Yeah, if you've been eating clean, sweet potato tastes fucking good.
Fucking sweet as hell. Yeah. But it's when you tease yourself, and then you have this huge dopamine spike that you don't normally get, and you become addicted to that. You'll start craving that. And it's like that with anything. This is why I don't drink. This is why I haven't been out to the club once since I lived here 3 years. Because if I do,
you don't want
to. Then I'm gonna go to the club, and then I'm gonna do accounting for my business the next day. I mean, I could, but think about the contrast.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let's say I go to the club, fucking get drunk, fuck some random Spanish big booty chick, and then the next day I'm gonna be in meetings all day. Like, it's gonna make it seem worse than that.
Yeah,
that's why I don't cheat on my girl.
Yeah.
Not because I'm a nice guy, because the dopamine spike. Like, one of the things that spikes dopamine is novelty, right? That's why a lot of times when guys cheat, the girl's like not even as hot as this girl. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like, almost never. Very seldom is the girl as hot as this girl. And he's like, why is he cheating? Because dopamine, right? The dopamine of novelty, right? And your girl can't compete with that. And it makes you like your girl less, because you go back to fucking her, and it's not going to have the same dopamine.
Yeah.
Same thing with the food, right? So when you cheating, you really cheat yourself, either on your diet, on your relationship, on anything, because you're going to have this hormonal spike of dopamine that can't be replicated by your regular shit. And you'll like your regular shit less.
Yeah.
That's
real shit. Though.
That's real shit, man. So you got to be real careful. You got to keep that on point.
That's the thing with this trip in particular for me. Like, I've had to be like on point. Like, every day there's something. There's podcasts, there's YouTube videos, and so the guys who I'm with, they're like, "Hey, let's go to 11.
They want to
let's go to 11."
Yeah,
and I'm like, I kind of want to show them. And like, I'm a little bit curious myself, but it's like, look, I know myself. Like, I do not want to put myself in that environment. Like, because it's not much good is going to come from it. And then the next day, like, it's unlikely I'll be able to perform.
Yeah, the last time I went to 11, man, it was with my girl, but we were just friends then, and I was with my girl and a bunch of employees, like kind of similar to like you. We were visiting. I live in New York, and we went to 11, and I spent like $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like tables, all that shit, lap dances for everyone, and it was fun, But it was the next day, like we left. It was fucking almost morning. The next day was kind of shot,
Yeah,
and
you're $5,000 down.
Yeah, and I'm $5,000 down. I mean, it's a cool story, but for that reason, since I can walk to 11 from my house.
Yeah.
But it's like, I haven't been since I was
Yeah.
The most fun, I still do fun stuff. I find other ways to have fun.
Yeah.
Right. I go to dinner with a bunch of friends, do shit with my girl. I have a niece and nephew out here. They're like, they're around my son's age, my cousin's kids, and he died in a car accident like 2 years ago. And I've been doing my best to be like a father figure for them. So I take them, like when I'm not with my son, I'm with them. I'm taking them places, trying to fill that role a little bit. So that's fun to me. We go to a lot of HIIT games. Me and my boys, we go to HIIT games.
Yeah, I went the other day with Jordan Welch.
Oh, you went to HIIT game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Sorry,
it wasn't courtside though. It wasn't.
Oh,
I just stepped my game up.
Man. Yeah, hey, step your game up. Step your game up. I'm not courtside every time. I'm just sometimes it's just
how much if you were going to like a serious game.
We're
like
going on
Lakers,
Tuesday.
No, if let's say we're gonna be good, you were gonna watch the Lakers. What the fuck's the name? Is
LeBron
Staples Center.
Yeah,
it's still called Staples Center.
Staples Center. Yeah.
Like, how much would a courtside cost?
I've never been to a game in LA because I kind of avoid LA. I'm not the biggest fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm supposed to go there in the summer.
It's cool. The only problem with LA is what really bothers me is the traffic. it takes like 2 hours to get anywhere, and everybody's always late in LA. And I don't even think it's their fault. I think it's just there's so much traffic that people just become accustomed to it. And in Los Angeles, the concept of time is just more of a suggestion to people who live in Los Angeles. Like the whole concept is just a suggestion. And it's kind of being, I'm basically a New Yorker. I lived in New York for 15 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm used to that kind of high pace hustle, East Coast mentality, and the LA is just a different mentality, which is cool. I digress. The game we're going to tomorrow I'm going to the game I'm about to go to, it's the Golden State Warriors versus the Heat, and that's going to be a big game.
Okay, yeah.
And that shit, it's $5,000 a ticket. Me and my boy Jeremy are going.
Golden State got Jimmy Butler. They
got Jimmy Butler, which kind of makes us sad, and that's why we've been losing every game.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. So, but the point is, like, find other ways to have fun.
Yeah.
That's what I had to do as I got older. Like, find my fun in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things you can do.
There's a lot of things you can do without getting drunk, having casual sex, without like straight up hedonism, because those things are empty victories. And I see guys who become like your age or my age, and all they have to show for it is a bunch of funny stories, right? Because they didn't like lock in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's just chasing empty victories, chasing dopamine instead of chasing victory.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Awesome, man. We'll wrap it up there. Where can people find you?
Oh man, you can find me. I have a YouTube page. You can just search Brandon Carter on YouTube. Bunch of dope shit to come up. And or you can go Instagram. I'm active on Instagram. King Keto, KINGKETO. Those are my.
You should bring out your own branded scales.
Yo, man, I should get because this company went out of business.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, man.
Keto scales.
The keto scale.
Extra small, compact.
Yeah, you could fit in your man purse right next to your Glock. I'm just playing. I keep it on me. I keep it on my purse and on body care.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your time.
Hey, man, thank you so much, bro.